To class, we're going to do a nice flow Pilates mat class today, intermediate and advanced. We're going to be doing some exercises that will challenge our minds and our bodies. We're going to sit with our right leg in front, take the right arm up and over, anchoring down through the right hip so it doesn't come up. Let's just take a couple nice, gentle, stretching side bends to begin. Coming all the way back up, left arm up and over. Making sure as you go up and over, the left hip stays down. So we're opening up the side body. Coming back up, let's do that again. Right arm up and over, your right. Coming back up and left arm up and over. And coming back up, we're going to turn our right leg around the other way, stretch over the legs. So just deepening that side bend. So now both the legs are over to the right. Come down onto the left forearm and stretch away. As you stretch away, anchor that right hip down. Coming up onto the hand, we're going to push the hips up and forward 3 times, gently back and down. Hips go forward, 2. So we're lifting our hips off the mat and arching over the mat, 1. We're going to come back up one more time. And then take the arm and thread it underneath the bottom arm for a little rotation. Just through the upper mid-back, the hips are still forward. And then we'll rotate back to center. Take the arm up again and over for your side bend. And then gently place the hips back down. Let's go ahead and switch our legs the other way. We're actually going to stretch the right side to begin. So our legs are over to the left. Coming down onto the right forearm, reach away. As you reach away and arch over your mat, that left hip stays on the ground as best you can. Come all the way up onto the hand. The hips are going to come off the mat as we reach up and over, arching over the mat. Hips go back and down. 2 more times like that. So we feel this really nice stretch into the low back and our hip flexor on the left. Coming back up, don't take the arm so high, and this time we're just going to thread it under the bottom arm. Keep the hips forward, so you're just rotating through the upper mid-back. And then we'll rotate back to center, take the arm overhead, arch over your mat again, and then hips go back and down. We're going to take our legs straight out in front, flexing the feet. Reach past the feet, get that nice stretch. Just wake up your body, wake up your spine, wake up your legs. Couple deep breaths in and out here. Try to keep the knees straight. You can move around a little bit, move the glutes out of the way to go down deeper. And we're going to start with roll backs. So we're going to go into a bridge. So scooping, rolling back, leading with the pubic bone. Low spine touches, mid spine touches, upper spine touches head. You're going to slide your feet in, bring the arms overhead, and roll up into a bridge. Really opening up the front of the hip again. Soften through your heart. Roll back down, slide the legs back out, arms come up, touch the chest, and roll back up. Flex your feet, big stretch forward. We have 4 more. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, lifting into a bridge. Exhale, rolling down. And rolling up, flex the feet, big stretch forward. 3 more times. Inhale, bridge. Stay, exhale. I had the breath wrong. Inhale, roll down. And exhale, roll up. Flex the feet, big stretch forward. 2 more times, everybody. Keep the shoulders down. And just move through the spine and the body. 2 more. Sorry, 1 more. Flex the feet, let's end in that stretch. And then we're going to scoop and roll back just until you're in a crunch. Find neutral, so release through here a little bit. Release through your low back so you have your teacup balance. We're going to bring our legs to tabletop. Curl deeper. Send those legs out. 100. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Navel to the spine. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Sink the ribs down to the hips to help you curl up. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the backs of the legs together. 40. 50. Belly sinks down deeper on each exhale. 60. 70. 80. 90. Last 10. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100, and rest. Hug those knees in. Let's roll side to side, deep breath in and out. So just building up that warmth in our body. And we're gonna find imprint now. Bring the legs to tabletop, arms to the side of the body. And once you get your body settled, shoulder blades against the mat, melt the ribs down so your whole spine is against the floor. We're gonna take our arms overhead, not overhead, but up to the ceiling. Make sure the feet are down so that your shins are parallel to the floor. We're gonna take our right arm overhead without shifting our body and back up to the ceiling. And then left arm overhead, back up to the ceiling. We're holding our whole spine on the mat. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, left arm comes in. Now we're gonna switch to the legs. The right leg's gonna go out. Come back in. Left leg out. Come back in. Right leg, inhale. Exhale. Left leg, inhale. Exhale. Give your knees a little hug. Roll side to side. Just let your abs relax for a moment. Then we're going to put that together. So finding imprint, legs and tabletop, arms reach up. The right leg's going to go out as the left arm goes up. Press the whole body into the floor. Exhale, bring everything back in. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, stretch, but really press your body into the floor. Right arm goes overhead, left leg goes out, and they come back in. Right leg, left arm. And one more each way, everybody. Hug the knees in. Make circles with your knees on the ceiling. Deep breaths in and out. Reverse. So we're going to kind of put those together so that the legs and the arms at the same time, both are going overhead and legs are going out. We're going to make it more challenging by curling up for our double leg straight stretch. So tuck chin and chest, legs in tabletop, spines in imprint. Go ahead and curl up. Stay in your curl. Keep your imprint on the floor. We're going to inhale, legs go out, arms go overhead. This time, circle arms as you pull your knees back in. 7 more. So we're really pulling the belly in as the arms go overhead and as the legs go out. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time. And rest. Roll side to side. Deep breath in and out. Let's place our feet flat on the mat. Arms to the side of the body. Just get your body settled in your neutral placement. Deep breath in. We're going to take the arms overhead. Shoulder blades stay on the floor. On your exhale, imprint the low spine. Peel the spine off the mat as you bring your arms back down to the floor. Think softening through the heart at the top and really squeeze your glutes. Shoulder blades stay on the floor. Head kind of lengthens away. On your exhale, soften and roll down bone by bone. Inhale, prepare, finding neutral. Exhale, roll up. So we're just kind of slowing this one down. Inhale, stay. Exhale, soften, roll down. Reach the arms back overhead. So we're just rolling down one bone at a time and rolling up one bone at a time. As you reach the top, make sure your knees are still in alignment with your hip bones. One more time, we're going to hold this one up. We're going to add some leg work. Keeping the arms to the side of the body. Keep your glutes lifted. We're going to bring our right leg to tabletop. Keep your hips up. Extend your right leg so the thighs are next to each other. Keep that right hip up. Pull your knee back in 4 times. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. 2 more. 1 more. We're going to take the leg up, roll down through the center of your spine as best you can. And then at the bottom, grab a hold of any part of your leg that's going to allow you to keep it straight. We're going to tuck chin and chest, curl up, take the left leg and reach it out, anchoring through the left hip because that's the leg that's down. And then we're going to switch for scissors. No pulses for this set. Just switch on your inhale, switch on your exhale. So both legs are straight. We're curled up, looking at the belly button. And then the legs are reaching away from each other and then switching. So one leg goes up, one leg goes down, and then you switch off. Let's do 4 more total. 4, 3, 2 more sets. I did say total, I apologize. We're actually doing sets. 1 more. And hug the knees in. Roll your head side to side if you feel any tension in your neck. Deep breath in and out. We're going to place our feet back on the mat, finding neutral. Bring the arms overhead. So let's do the other side for our bridges. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, imprint. Roll up into your bridge. Bring your arms down to your side as you do that. Keep the glutes engaged. Soften your heart or melt the ribs down. Left leg comes to tabletop without dropping your hips or the left hip bone. Take the leg reached out, thighs are parallel, lift that left hip bone. Exhale, pull it in nice and slow. We're only doing 4. Inhale. So hold, exhale. Inhale, 2 more. 1 more. Take that leg up. Roll down through the center of your spine as best you can. And then we're going to grab a hold of any part of that leg that allows us to keep it straight. Tuck chin and chest, curl up, send the right leg out. We're going to anchor through the right hip. We're going to do another set of scissors, but let's add our pulses. So you're reaching away, switch, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. For more of a challenge for this second set, bring your arms down to your side and just let those muscles do the work. I'm working in imprint, but you can work in neutral if you want. 4 more. Set. 2 more sets. Last set. And rest. Woo, there's our abs, right? Now I'm really feeling those little part of my abdominals. Couple deep breaths in and out as you roll side to side. Let's do a quick stretch. So we'll take the left leg down, cross your right leg over, and then reach your right arm behind you. Just take a gentle stretch here, a couple deep breaths in and out. Just to release any tension on our low back after doing our scissors and our bridges. Let's go ahead and roll back to center. Take the right leg down, left leg up, cross it over your midline, and then reach your left arm behind you. A couple deep breaths in and out. A nice rotation through the spine, releasing any tension after doing our bridges and scissors. All right, we're going to do another exercise that targets those lower abs. So bottoms of the feet together, knees wide in a little butterfly stretch. The abdominals, we're just going to think about pulling the hip bones together. So when you do that, you'll feel kind of like you tuck your tail under slightly. Hands behind the head at the base of the skull. We're going to do 8 crunches. Exhale and inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Deep breath in and out the bottom. Now here's where it gets hard. So think about pulling those hip bones together even deeper so you're almost trying to imprint. It's okay if your low spine doesn't touch all the way. It usually won't because the glutes get in the way. And then we're going to pick our feet off the mat, half an inch or 1 inch. 8 crunches, 8, 7. I'm going all the way down. 6 to challenge my core. 5, 4, 3, almost there, you guys. One more time. Oh, and rest. Nice job. This is so much work for the lower part of the core. We're going to take our feet and just move them away from our body, but keep that little butterfly stretch where your knees are wide, feet are together. And we're going to do 3 roll-ups. So taking the arms overhead, press the body into the floor, arms come up, touch in a chest, curl the head, shoulders off the mat, lengthen your tailbone, and exhale, come all the way up, stretching over your legs, giving that low back and our hips a nice stretch. Scoop and roll back down, leading through the pubic bone, 1 bone at a time. Press the body into the mat as the arms go overhead, and we have 2 more. One more time, nice and easy. Big stretch. We're going to end with our stretch over the legs. And then restack the spine, trying to find the sharpest points of your sits bones. So we're going to go into soft. So take the legs and just open them. Flex your feet. Your legs and feet, your feet, I should say, will be a little wider than your mat. You can move your glutes out of the way if you need to. If your hamstrings are a little tight and you're off the back of the sit bones, just bend the knees a little bit so you can pull yourself right up on top of them and it'll release your hip a little bit. We're going to take our arms out to the side, nice and tall through the spine. Make sure the ribs are down, you're not flaring, so melt those ribs down so you feel that work in your spine. We're going to rotate to our left. Equal weight on your hips. Take your right hand, you're going to reach across like you're going to saw off your left pinky toe. Look back at your left hand and anchor down through the right hip. Now we're going to saw 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Restack your spine, keeping your twist. And then rotate back to center. Again, ribs down so you feel that work through your spine. Rotate to your right, anchor through the left hip. Reach across with your left hand like you're going to saw off your right pinky toe. Look back at your right hand. Anchor down through the left hip and saw. 3 little pulses. Restack the spine. Rotate back to center. Let's smooth it out. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, reach. Anchor down through that right hip and saw. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, restack. Exhale, center. Get a little taller. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, reach. 3 little exhales. Inhale, restack. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, reach. Saw. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, restack. Exhale, center. 1 more time to our right. Inhale and exhale. We're going to bend our knees, bringing our feet kind of away from our body, so not real close. You're going to scoop just to the back of the sit bones. Bring the legs together and see if you can extend the right leg. Take the arms high. Now we're going to roll down 1 bone at a time, keeping those legs right there. Just let the arms float down to your side, and then we're going to roll back up. Take the arms overhead. Keep stretching through that right leg, and scoop and roll back again. And rolling back up. Inhale, lift those arms. We got 2 more. So as you come up, really think about sending energy out through that right leg. So you feel that reaching out through your hip. 1 more time. Now at the top, we're going to bend the right knee, bring the foot down next to the left one, and then extend the left leg. We're going to do the same thing with the left leg out. Exhale, rolling up. Again, reach through this leg as you come up, and then scoop and roll back down. So it's our single leg teaser. So you are coming just to the back of the sit bones. 2 more times. And 1 more. Bottoms of the feet together. Take your butterfly stretch forward. Couple deep breaths in and out. Just let the weight of your head be heavy so you feel that stretch through your spine. Restacking the spine all the way back up. We're going to bring our legs back together and hands behind the head at the base of the skull. Just kind of lace the fingers together. Elbows are going to hug slightly in so that when you draw your shoulders down, you feel this muscle underneath here engaged. So it's your serratus anterior. That's what helps keep the shoulders down and stable. And we're going to take the right knee, scoop to the back of the sit bones, and take your right knee up, and you're going to rotate towards it. And then as you rotate to center, you're going to lean back as you extend the right leg. And then we're going to bring knee to elbow again. So we lean back, reach through the leg, and then rotate as we bring the knee back up. Inhale and exhale. Let's do this a little faster for 6, 5. So again, we're going to get into the hip flexor and the low abs. 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch legs right away. So left knee comes up, rotate to the knee. As you lean back, rotate to center, send your leg out, and then knee to elbow again as you come up. Good. Keep going. Let's go for 6, 6, 5. Even weight on your hips. 4, 3, 2 more. 1 more. Place the foot down. Bring your hands behind you. Fingertips face your body. Extend your legs out. Straighten the arms and lift your heart up. Kind of pulling your shoulders back. Imagine a zipper from your pubic bone to your belly button or all the way up past your chest. You're going to zip that up. We're going to look at our knees or hips and lift the hips up. Let's just open up the hips after doing that. Slowly bring the hips back down. Let's do that again. Zip everything up and lift. Make sure you're looking at your belly button or toes or hips, not up at the ceiling. 2 more times. And 1 more. We're going to hug the knees in. Just give them a little hug to release that stretch in the shoulders. Then we're going to lie down on our stomach. We just did a lot of hip flexor stuff, so let's do a little bit more extension, just kind of opening up the body. We're going to take our arms to our side, turning the head to one side. The legs can be turned out and the hip width apart. We're going to lengthen the tailbone to the heels and then straighten the knees so that once they're straight, the knees actually come off the mat, but your feet are still down. And then we're going to start to lift our chest and our shoulders, turning our head to center. Pull the shoulders back, lift the arms. Now lengthen your tailbone more and lift those legs up. And we're just going to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down, turn your head to the other side. Now let's smooth that out. So inhale, we're going to lift. So even the belly lifts up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. We're going to make a pillow. Rest our forehead on that pillow. Bend your knees, heels together, toes apart. Knees are wide. Lengthen the tailbone towards your heels. And we're going to pick those legs up. Press your feet up to the ceiling 10 times. Exhale, lift. Your belly still feels like it wants to pull up away from the mat. Make sure you're not pushing out. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to lower the legs and push yourself into a shallow stretch. So round our spine out a little bit after doing them. Arms to your side, resting at the top of the forehead. Couple deep breaths in and out. Your legs can be together or apart. And restacking our spine here. All right, we're going to do control front balance on our hands, so finding a full plank. You can also do this one on your forearms if you need a little more stability. So we're going to find a quadruped position first, and then send one leg back, then the other. Let's have our legs together, shoulders right over the hands, and make sure the hips aren't up or down, so they're nice and straight. We're going to pick the right foot up, pointing the toe. Now you're going to flex the left foot, so sit into that heel as your right foot is pointed. And then as you flex your right foot, point your left. And then we're going to switch. Switch. This is another brain teaser. Switch. Switch. So the legs are working in opposition. One more time, nice and slow. We're going to place the right foot down, legs together, kind of sit back into your heels, shoulders down, point the left foot, foot comes off the floor. As you flex the left foot, point the right, and then switch. 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 You're going to feel a lot of work in your core, your arms, your shoulders, and your right quad. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Gently bring the foot down, sit back towards your heels. We're going to pike our hips up, shoulders down, ribs down. You can open up your feet, hip width apart. And let's just pedal through our feet. Get that nice stretch through our leg. Keep engaging through your shoulders so they're still working here. Pressing into the knuckles of the hands. We're going to hold one heel down and breathe. Switch. Both heels down. And then gently bring your knees down. We're going to rest in another shell stretch. Legs can be together or apart. Just letting the heart rate calm down a little bit, catching our breath, giving our body a quick rest to recover. And restack the spine. Now we're actually going to do control front balance again, but we're going to keep both feet working. It's actually a little easier variation. We did the hard one first. So get that one out of the way. So again, you could be on your forearms for this or on your hands. I'm going to go ahead and do my forearms just to make it a little different for my body. We're going to come into our plank position again. Legs are together. Flex your feet. Shoulders down. And we're just going to point both toes, keeping your ankles close, and flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. So we're kind of rocking or sawing through the shoulder blades. Keeping the collarbones wide. Even weight on your elbows. Don't favor one side. We'll do 4 more. 4. 3. Ankles stay close. 2. 1. Gently bring the knees down. And let's rest in a shell stretch again. Couple deep breaths in and out here. Everything's working when we're doing a plank, so let's let our heart rate come down a little bit, catch our breath. And restack the spine, tails ahead. So we're going to prep a harder exercise. We haven't done these in a while, but they're pretty awesome. We're only going to do a couple on each side, more than a couple, maybe like 4 or 6. We'll see how we're feeling. So we're going to come onto the hands and knees in a quadruped position. Your legs hip width apart, shoulders down. And we're going to take the right leg back. And then you're going to pull it in, think knee to nose. So we are kind of rounding a little bit here. And then reach it back as you straighten the spine again. You can kind of lift the leg up a little bit as long as you're not dumping into your low back and your belly. So keep the core lifted. And again, round and reach. Round, reach. Now, we're going to let the leg come down. We're going to curl the toes under in your quadruped. And you're gonna lift your knees into what Brian likes to call them, a mother hover. So we're gonna lift our knees up. Now you're gonna keep that left knee hovering, bring your right knee to nose, round the spine, and then reach it back 4 times. So definitely a little more challenging. Keep going slow. 1 more. And we're gonna gently bring the right toes down, lower the knees down so they like you, uncurl the toes. Left knee to nose, round the spine, and then reach it back 4 times here. So again, nice and slow, so be deliberate about how you're moving. Stay strong with the arms and the shoulders. We're gonna bring the knee down, curl the toes under, lift the knees into your mother hover, and then keep that right knee hovering, bring your left knee to nose, reach it back. 1, 2, so the body doesn't move anymore, it's just the leg, a little bit of the spine. The last one, bring the toes down, gently lower down from your mother hover. Woo, let's rest in a shell stretch. So arms to the side, and just round the spine. Catch your breath, those are hard. Deep breaths in and out. We're gonna gently restack our spine. Nice and slow so you get a stretch through your spine. We're gonna shoot our legs out in front of us, back into our reverse plank, fingertips facing you, shoulders back, point the toes and knees look straight up. Look at your knees or your hips, zip those abs up and press your hips up. And gently come back down. So this will give us a nice stretch in the chest and the shoulders. It opens up the front of the body, which we were just working. Engages the back of the body. 1 more time. Pull those shoulders back. And then give your knees a nice hug in. And just catch your breath again. All right. So we're going to do side teasers today. So we're going to lie down on our left side. So again, kind of going into some exercises today that challenges our brain because the movements are a little more complicated. So we're going to turn the bottom palm down. I am finding my mouse house. My body is nice and straight. And already I'm reaching through my legs, so my legs are in a hover. So I'm actually balancing here. The top hand is going to rest on the side of the body. And just try to find a little balance here. So if you think ribs down, neutral, shoulders back, lift your mouse house, reach through your leg. They usually will help you find your balance. Now we're going to press into the floor with our bottom hand. So that bottom shoulder is going to stay down, and we're going to start to do a side bend. So making your body to look like a bottom of a rocking horse, right? Keep this shoulder back. Take your right hip, you're going to roll it back, sliding your left hand in, hitting your teaser. So I'm reaching my right arm up. My left hand came in a little bit, but there's no weight on my left hand, so you should be able to lift this hand and just hold your legs here. Your hamstrings are tight, just bend the knees. Now we're going to pull the right hip back forward as we start to walk the left arm back out. Pull the legs back so you hit that side bend again, like the bottom of a rocking horse. And then see if you can slowly lower yourself back down. That is the challenging part here. We're going to do this 2 more times. Let's smooth it out. Teaser, inhale. Sorry, exhale, teaser. Inhale, roll the hip forward, bring the legs back. Walk the left hand out and slowly lower down as best you can. It's okay if you fall. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, so we're lengthening on our inhale and exhale. Woo, and rest. Nice job. So you're gonna feel that in the right obliques, maybe even a little bit into the back of the body. But right in here is what's working. Let's go ahead and push ourselves to the other side. So we're gonna find that balance first, kind of taking our time. So make your mouse house. Top arm is on the side of your body. Reach through your legs so your legs come up into a hover. And just hold that balance for a moment. Now real quick, usually one side is a little more challenging than the other. So this may be your harder side, may also be your easier side. So this side definitely for me is a little bit more challenging. So we're gonna press the bottom palm into the floor once you kind of feel stable in your balance. And you're gonna lift the body off the mat. Keep this shoulder back and down. That's the hard part because you gotta work underneath here. Left hip rolls back as you slide your right hand in, hit your teaser. Remember, there's no weight on this back hand, it's just there for balance. Now roll the left hip forward as you start to walk the right hand out. I just kind of use my fingers and crawl them out. Hit that side bend. See if you can slowly lower down. Woo. All right, let's smooth it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lengthen. Oh, get those legs back, hips forward. Exhale. One more time, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So the challenging part is I bring my hip forward. I have to move my legs back. So I hit that side bend again. And then lower down. Ooh, and rest. So again, you're going to feel that work in your left obliques on that side. So this side of your body. Very nice job, everybody. We're going to roll onto our back. Arms to the side of the body, palms facing up. Shoulder blades flat against the mat. You're going to imprint, bring your legs to tabletop. Tuck chin and chest. We're going to roll up right to the back of the sit bones. Hitting another teaser. Take the arms overhead. And if you want, see if you can straighten the legs. We're going to bend the knees back in, float the arms down, and see how slow you can roll back. So as slow as you can. As you lengthen your spine on the mat, keep your imprint. 2 more. One more. This time we're going to let our feet come onto the floor. And then you're going to slide your legs straight as you reach your arms overhead, legs together. Now we're going to slide our feet in as we bring our arms up towards the knees. Imprint, pull your legs to tabletop, roll up. Hit your teaser. So adding a little coordination. Bend your knees, your feet touch the floor as you're rolling back. As you slide your legs straight, let the shoulders and head come down and take the arms overhead. Let's do that 2 more times. Just try to smooth it out. A lot of times these will be even easier than when we were just holding the legs in the tabletop. It's just a little more challenging mentally. 1 more. Very nice job. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. Rest our hands on our belly. Let your knees be wide. And just let your heart rate come down a little bit. Catch your breath. Deep breaths in and out. We're going to bring the legs back together and roll onto the right side of our body. We're going to let our head rest on our bottom arm. And you're trying to find that nice long line again, like we did for our side teasers. The legs are resting on the floor. You are finding your mouse house. The top arm can rest right in front. And we're going to slide the top leg along the bottom leg in parallel. You're going to turn it out without losing your mouse house or rolling the hip back. And then we lift from underneath the leg to stretch your leg up, flex the foot, squeeze the inner thighs back together. Point the toe, go to parallel so the knee looks forward again. Trace the bottom leg, turn it out, lift, reach it up, flex, lower down. It's a little more complicated movement. Trace, turn out, lift, reach up, flex, squeeze down. One more time here. So not too many reps, just really focus on the movement. Now from here, we're going to turn out, keep your toe pointed, lift, bend the knee, and there's a little notch, a little divot right in the inside of your bottom knee. That's where you want your toe to go. Now we're gonna lower the knee so it's in parallel. Trace the bottom leg in parallel. Turn out, lift, bend. So we're coming into like a little passe. Bring your knee back down. In alignment with your hips, so don't drop way down here. And trace the bottom leg. Two more times. So just focus on working the hip. One more. Bend the knee. Turn the feet up. Turn the leg up. Reach up. Bring the foot down. Lower the knee. Clamshell. Stretch the leg. Pull it down. Bring it in. Add your bottom leg. So the knees stay where they're at. That means your hip joint doesn't move. All it does is turn out here and then it stays still. We're just straightening the legs. One more time. And lower the feet. Bring your bottom leg, or sorry, top leg in front. You can punch it out. Give it a little punch. Right where it bites you, right in the butt. And we're gonna switch sides. So lying down on the arm, let your head rest on it. Find that long straight line like we did in our side teasers. Mouse house lifted. Bottom hand is gonna be on the floor right in front of you. And we're gonna take our top leg, trace the bottom leg in parallel. Turn it out without letting your hip roll back or losing your mouse house. We're lifting the knee a little bit, so you're lifting from underneath the leg and then develop the leg. Flex, squeeze the legs back together. Point the toe, go to parallel. Trace, turn out. Stretch. Remember, we're only doing 4, so really focus on each movement being very deliberate and controlled. Stretch. And squeeze. One more time, everybody. We're challenging our minds and our bodies today. For the next one, we're actually going to just keep the toe pointed, turn out, lift, bend, come into that passe position, bringing your big toe to that little notch in the inside of your bottom knee. Turn the leg to parallel. Make sure it doesn't drop down here, so you want it in alignment with your hip bone. Trace the bottom leg in parallel. Turn out. Lift, keep your mouse house. Bend the knee, passe. Turn the leg to parallel. Trace. 2 more. Kind of smoothing it out. 1 more. We're going to bend the knee. Lift the feet. Turn the top leg out. Clamshell. Now reach. Bring it back down. Bring the knees together. Clamshell, develop. Bend, pull it back in, lower. So remember, the hip joint stays still. All we're doing is extending. We're going to add that bottom leg. Pull the feet back in, knees wide. Lower the top knee. Turn out. Stretch, inhale. Bend, exhale. Lower, inhale. 2 more times here. One more time. Lower the feet, bring your top leg in front, and let's just punch out where that was really biting us right in the butt, right around that greater trochanter. All of our lateral rotators hook to. So we're going to roll onto our back. Let's stretch this out a little bit. We'll go gentle first, then we'll make it a little deeper. So take the arms out to the side, palms facing up, legs together. You're going to let your knees fall to one side. Now the bottom foot, we're going to cross it over the top knee and just allow the weight of your bottom leg to kind of pull your hip into a deeper stretch. Then you can look back at your back hand. And then we're going to come back to center. Legs together, let your knees fall to the other side. It's okay if your shoulder kind of slides a little bit. And then bottom foot crosses over the knee. And just let the weight of your leg pull your hip into a deeper stretch. And I'm actually crossing more my knees together, so it's a little closer, and my legs don't slide. We'll come back to center. We're going to go a little wider with our feet, so as wide as your mat. You're going to let your knees fall to the right. Take your right foot, cross it over the left knee, and just let the weight of your leg pull your hip and side into a deeper twist. Couple deep breaths in and out. And then we'll release that, bringing our right foot back onto the edge of the mat. Bring your knees through center. Make sure your feet are wide. We'll let our knees go to the left. And then take your left foot, cross over the right knee, and just allow the weight of your leg to pull your hip and side into a deeper stretch. We're going to uncross, bring our legs back to center, and bring your feet and hip width apart, crossing just above your left ankle, just over the right knee. Grab underneath your right leg, pulling your knee towards you. And then you can take your left elbow and push your left thigh away as you pull the right knee towards you. Anchor your tailbone to the mat so you feel this very deep stretch in the back of your left hip. We're going to hold here for 30 seconds and breathe. Halfway there. Just giving that leg time to actually lengthen, deepening the stretch as you feel it releasing. 5 more seconds. And let's release. Bring our feet back onto the ground. We're going to cross just above our right foot, just above the left knee. And then grab underneath your left leg. Bring your knee towards you. You push your right thigh away with your right elbow. Anchor your tailbone in neutral. And let's do 30 seconds here. So just feeling that very deep stretch in the back of the right hip. Ease up if you need less. And just keep breathing and holding. We're 10 seconds in. Halfway there. And keep breathing and rest. Very nice job, you guys. We're going to roll onto our side, pushing ourselves up into a quadruped position, taking the left foot forward and right into our hip flexor stretch. We're going to curl the back toes under, lift the knee, press into your front foot and see if you can bring your hands onto the front leg. So now we're activating underneath that leg, anchored through your front heel. And then we're going to slowly take the arms up and then see if you can straighten your front leg. Find a little balance, ribs down. We're going to bend the front knee a little bit. Just kind of hop your back leg in a couple inches. And then straighten the legs again. Keeping the arms here, ribs down, hips facing forward. We're going to bend both knees. Think about your back knee going down to the floor and then press back up. Anchor into your left heel as you're doing this exercise. So we're going to feel the quads working. 6 more. Your arms get tired, you can bring your hands on your hips. 4 more. This little lunge squat. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. We're going to see if we can drive the back heel down. If it doesn't touch all the way, bend your front knee a little bit and just hop the foot in a little bit more until you can get the foot down, the heel down. And then we're going to take a flat back over our front leg. Bring our hands onto the floor, letting your head be heavy. Make sure your back heel is turned out. It's not turned in, both toes looking, both feet looking forward. Deep breaths in and out. Just get that nice hamstring stretch. We're going to bring our hands onto the floor, so bending the knees if you need to. And you're going to step your left foot back and find a pike. So maybe walking the feet back a little bit more. Start to pedal through the feet like we did about the middle of class. Shoulders down, so we're feeling that shoulder work. Drop one heel and hold. Ribs down, sit bones lifted. And then switch. Both heels down. Bend the knees. Gently bring your knees down onto the floor. Uncurl your toes. And we are going to step the right foot forward. I had to think about that for a minute. I'm like, wait, we already did the left. So we're opening up the left hip flexor. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Start to press into your front foot so you feel that engagement underneath your right thigh. And then slowly bring your hands onto the knee. Just check, making sure the right knee is right over your ankle. It's not in front of your ankle. Hips facing forward, so we're feeling more work here. When you're ready, see if you can bring your arms up. And then we're going to slowly straighten that front leg. Find a little balance. Ribs down, shoulders down. Bend your front knee. We're going to hop the back foot in just a little bit, a couple inches. And then we're going to straighten the legs again. Again, ribs down, shoulders down. We're going to bend both knees. Think about your back knee going down to the floor. You're going to anchor through this heel. Make sure your knee's over your ankle, not in front of it. Press back up for 10. 9. My back heel never touches the floor. 8. Not for this one. 7. Just think about your back knee going down. 6. Keep your gaze lifted. 5. 4. You're going to feel your left quad and probably a little bit into your right hip. 2 more. 1 more. See if you can get your back heel down, and if you can't, just bend your front knee and hop in a little bit more until you can get your foot down with both legs straight. Big toes facing forward, and we're going to take that hinge forward. So our hips kind of go back as your body goes forward. And then when you're ready, bring those hands onto the floor and just let your body hang heavy over your right leg. Kind of pulling the right hip back so you're not twisted too much in the hips. Maybe even adding a little gentle pulse down to get that big stretch in your hamstring. Couple more deep breaths in and out. Now we're going to bring our hands flat on the floor, so bend your knees if you need to. And then we're going to all bend the knees together, sliding the right foot back into your pike. So walk the feet back a little bit and just start to pedal through your feet. We're gonna drive both heels down, bend the knees, gently bring your knees down. We're gonna step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Hip flexors stretch on the right, bringing your hands onto your knee. The back knee stays down now. Keep your body lifted, lift through your core. Right arm high, add that gentle back bend. Really open up through the front of your body. Bring the arm down. We're gonna rotate to the back leg. Bring the arm forward, hook it to the outside of your left leg, and then rotate away. Kind of use your leg to push against to deepen your rotation. Bring the hands down. We're going to slide the left foot back. Kind of shake it out a little bit. Sometimes it feels weird to bring your other leg forward. And then right foot forward when you're ready. So again, hip flexors stretch. Hands on the knee when you're ready. Lift through your core. So you deepen that stretch and you protect the low back. Left arm high, add that back bend, open up. Arm comes down, rotate to the back leg. So we feel a deeper stretch in here. Arm comes forward, hook it to the outside of your right knee and rotate away. Hands on the floor. Go ahead and slide your right leg back. Come into a cross-legged position like you started with the right leg in front. We're going to take the right arm high. And then you're going to rotate down over your left leg, bringing your right hand onto the floor. So we start to feel that nice stretch in our low back on the right. Just letting the weight of our head take our body over the left leg. Bring your right hand on the right knee. You're going to start to push it away as you lift your heart up. And then as you're pushing that leg away, we can add a gentle kind of pulsing motion down over your left leg. And then we're going to hold. If you see my shoulders kind of coming forward, that's okay. There's really not a lot of weight on my arm. I'm just really focusing on pushing the knee away to open up this space in my body. So you're going to feel that very deep stretch in your hip and your low back. And then we're going to just lift from that position so we kind of keep that stretch in our body. And let's bring our left foot forward. We're going to take the left arm high, gentle side bend, and then rotate over your right leg. Let the weight of your head take you down. So you're feeling that opening through your side and your back, especially the low back on your left. Left hand on the left knee, start to push it away, and then lift your chest up. So you're now kind of leaning with a straight back over your right leg. We can add those little pulses down. And as you're doing that, you're really focusing on pushing this leg away. And then we're going to hold. So you'll feel that very deep stretch in your low back and into your hip. It's mostly in your low back. Keeping that stretch, just come back up to a seated position. And let's bring the legs out in front. Open hip width. Take the arms high. With the legs relaxed, just fold forward, rounding the spine. Let your head and your arms be heavy. And just rest down. You'll feel a stretch in your spine mostly, and maybe even into the backs of your legs. One more deep breath in and out. Then we're going to restack our spine all the way back up. And excellent class, everybody. So good job today. A lot of stuff. We're kind of challenging sides of our body and mixing things up. So thank you so much.